Hey everyone, Matthew Ritter with Jobtown Leather Works, and we're here in our second video of a short series of videos designed to show you, the customer, the difference between Jobtown Leather Works and everyone else. And today in this video, I thought we would talk about the radio strap and show you some of the differences between Jobtown Leather radio straps. Now, when it comes to other custom guys, there's not a whole lot of differences, but there are some minor details that I have provided with my radio straps, and the devil is in the details. So first thing I want to talk about is the trigger snap. I use a 1-inch trigger snap that uses a 1-inch strip of leather at the bottom of the radio strap to make the connection. Some guys use 3/4 inch. I prefer to use 1 inch because 1 inch is just better. I don't have to buy multiple sizes of hardware, and it's a bigger piece of leather that goes through there, and it's going to provide for more durability. The more the leather, the bigger the leather, the more durability. I use Chicago screws to make all my connections with. The reason I use Chicago screws is, number one, they look good. And number two is they make repairs doable. A lot of other guys out there, they will use horse tack copper rivets. And those are actually going to be the strongest possible thing you can connect leather with, but they're also a big problem trying to remove to make repairs. If you do manage to get your copper rivets off, you're going to gouge the leather in order to do it. You're going to gouge it. You may even break it in some cases. Copper rivets also just don't look good. They look like smashed pennies you find on the side of a railroad track stuck to the side of your radio strap. I never like the look of them. They tarnish, and that's the reason I don't use them. I also use a center bar and double-sided roller buckle for the buckle. Now, other commercial guys tend to use just a single bar D style buckle. And the reason I use the roller buckle with the two ends is because the leather weaves up in, through the hole, and back down, and it gives you another place other than this excess catch holder to keep the radio strap pressed against your body so you don't have a lot of flapping around. All right, another thing that I've already talked about before, but we'll discuss it again, is I use the same gauge leather to make my mic loop holders, my cord keepers, as what I use to make the radio straps. It just makes for added durability. There's very little flex for long periods of time. This commercial radio strap is a few months old. Somebody brought it in to have me customize it, and the first thing I noticed is his mic loop on I think he said a 2-month-old radio strap is already super flimsy. All right, they use a good gauge leather, but they do not use the same gauge leather to make that cord loop. And I don't like that much flex in my leather. Flex leads to damage. All right, something else that Jobtown provides on every single piece of your radio strap, as opposed to this custom manufacturer. Notice he's got flat leather all the way around on his holster, and this is what he's using to make it. Just a flat piece of leather. Anytime I look at a flat piece of leather, it looks like it's just missing something, and this is the Jobtown difference. All right, notice the stitch line that goes up the side, both sides. Every piece of everything that I make has a stitch line, even if it doesn't have stitching. And the reason I do that is, number one, it looks good. And number two, if you do order stitching with your Jobtown radio strap, your stitching is going to sit down deep inside that stitch line, and that's going to protect from abrasion anytime you're doing something with your radio strap. Abrasion on the stitching leads to frays leads to breaks leads to the stitching coming unraveled in the radio strap, and nobody wants that. Looks terrible, and you get really mad when you pay for something that starts to unravel after a few short years. But that's the main differences between Jobtown's radio strap and everybody else. If you're considering using Jobtown to provide you with a custom radio strap, I appreciate your business. And thank you for watching this second video in the series. Have a great day, everybody.